Go ahead. Hit the fuck.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, this is Dre, Tattoo Squid Podcast. We're laughing because we just like talked some fucking crazy shit about Kiss. We're here with John from Lost Losers Podcast.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing there, buddy?
What's going on, Dre? Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me on there.
Yeah, no problem. Now let's get back to what we were talking about already. So what we were talking about before, folks, was that I became a manager because of the show Family Jewels, which has Gene Simmons, which markets every fucking thing, and his Playboy playmate, wife
Shannon Tweed.
No,
the B-rated movie queen, Shannon Tweed, man.
Yeah.
She was everybody. Hold on, time out. Speaking of Shannon Tweed, before we get, I'm sorry to take over for a minute. Hold on.
No, okay.
I'm sorry, Dre. I'm turning 40 this year. So
happy birthday!
Thank you. I'm actually next month. I don't know how old you are. How old are you, sir?
48.
You're 48. So I would say any male between the age of like 38 and probably 70, has at least seen Shannon Tweed naked. I would say.
Oh, I know.
What do you think about that? That's a straight. Unless you're a huge religious person, but I think everyone's seen Shannon Tweed naked. Good for Gene Simmons.
I think the religious person would be seeing her naked too.
I mean, I'm not mad at it either.
no,
I'm saying a highlight of my adolescent years, I should say, was Shannon Tweed, and a lot of us.
And Gene Simmons probably marketed that shit too.
And good on him. Man makes $1 million doing things. So I was saying, I'm like, you became a minister because of the
show, because I watched the show and I was drunk off my ass, and
that's where I stopped. And that's where I stopped you and lost you, because you were like, I was drunk watching Family Jewels. And you're like, so I became a minister.
And I went, no. It gets better, because I was watching it. Now, the episode that they had was Shannon Tweed and her sister was going to a resort that was in California.
Yeah.
So they go to the resort. Now, every time, if you ever seen the show, usually Shannon Tweed and her sister get in a whole bunch of fucking trouble. And it always is a mishap. So they got in trouble again. So a person was going to get married. And then the lady was living, staying underneath them in an old villa down below. So they went on the shower bath, water overflowed, went down to the other room, washed out the fucking wedding dress.
They ruined someone's wedding.
Yeah, exactly. But now they're like, all right, we bought the wedding dress. We did this. Now Shannon Tweed's like, I'm going to officiate the wedding. So there she is. She got the whole thing. She went online, she said, and did this and did that. Now I'm like, all right, they're celebrities. They got the money to do all this.
It's $150 or something like that.
Yeah, or something like that. And I'm like, I don't have $150. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go just see. And I'm like, drunk, fucking computerizing and shit. And then I'm looking, I'm like, okay, put your name here. And I put it down there, and all of a sudden, like, congratulations, you are now a minister. And I'm like, that fucking fast? I was like, now at my drunken state, I'm like, I see the number. I'm like, I'm calling this fucking number to verify. And then I called up the number, and there's the nun. The nun's like, hello. I'm like, yeah.
There's a 24-hour hotline
to
this website, and some nun picks up the phone, and it's just like, how can I assist you today? What did you do wrong?
Yeah, basically that's what it was. And all of a sudden after she's like, it's like, yeah, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, my name is Andre. I just went on the thing, and then is this on the up and up? It's like, what are you talking about? Like, well, I did this, and it says on my thing. And she looks at it and she goes, so is your last name blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, do you live in so-and-so town of Pennsylvania? I'm like, yeah. It's like, well, congratulations. You've been ordained as a minister.
Stop.
I was like, what the fuck? So now my friends that found out about it, one guy was like, you stay away from water. And I'm like, okay.
So this is where I started laughing about it, because this is how I would have thought about this. Because you did it as, if Shannon Tweed can do it, why not? I mean,
yeah.
This is where I would have thought my life would have been in. Because if I would have been drunk watching Family Jewels, I would have been like, holy fuck, this is a low point in my life. I need to get right by God. Let me go become an ordained minister and bring joy to people's life. And like, let me bring couples together because clearly there is something fucking wrong with me. And I am drunk on the couch. Like, I'm watching Gene Simmons fucking make money off of my dumbass because I'm watching this shit. Even more. Congratulations.
I'm making money off myself.
And I'm not knocking anybody that watches the shit. It's just, I look at Gene Simmons, I'm just like, what are you trying to sell me? Like, you knocked on my. I look at anytime, like, and I love Kiss. I love Kiss. Like, I listen to Kiss all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But when Gene Simmons starts talking or I see him somewhere, I'm like, why? I look at him as like the cable guy who just knocked on my door who just tried to sell me something. I'm like, stop talking. What are you trying to sell me? Yeah. I might buy it if you just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Unless they have right next to him. Here, look at her, and then buy this.
Yeah. Did you bring your wife? No? Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
What's the next item, please? Thank you.
Yeah. Next. Come on. Next.
So that was basically it. And then I thought about it. I'm like, man, I don't know if I could do this shit because look at me. I'm like head to toe in fucking tattoos. Now my friend Beyonce was like, you know what? Look at Jesse James. So we call it, the biker and all. He's tattooed. He's a minister. Yeah. Bikers have a minister, this and that. Everyone likes a rock and roll fucking minister. I'm like, okay.
Dude, my cousin's a minister. The lead singer from Reverend Horton Heat's a minister. Think about that.
Yeah.
I think minister is a minister. Isn't there a band called Minister?
I haven't done it yet because I'm afraid of people being around. So I don't know.
Wait. You have a podcast that you go on YouTube that millions of people can go on and look at your beautiful face. Yet you won't go in front of your friends and family and go, hey, let me bring this couple together.
No, that was way before. Now I could be able to do it because nobody's really looking me face to face like you are, which you aren't. But if it's like vast, like auditorium, like 800 fucking people, I'm not gonna be. I'll be like red in the face, like I just got shot, and so I'll be like screwing shit up left and right. So that's about it. But right here, it's basically. I like to be heard, not seen. But since I started off doing video, I didn't know how to do the audio until I went on to Anchor, and then they did all the shit for me. So
Gotcha.
So that was like pretty much layman terms what I just went through, and I'm like, okay, now I just did a video where I said I didn't want to be seen. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I could have done the talking shiz one,
See, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help you boost your confidence, man. That's all I want people to do. I want people to boost your confidence. I like people to be happy. That's my,
Oh, believe me, you're gonna love the question. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna ask the question up front. Usually I wait until the end. Here's my question.
Knock yourself out.
Who's gonna die first? Betty White, Keith Richards.
Who? Keith Richards. The Who?
No. Who is gonna die first? Okay. Betty White or Keith Richards?
Well, considering Keith Richards goes through the quickening or the awakening? What is the Highlander thing? The awakening?
The quake.
Yeah. The quickening. Yeah. Quickening. Thank you. Sorry. Listen, Highlander nerds, don't yell at me.
I know.
I like it too. Just stop.
We're old. We don't
It's considering Keith Richards goes through the quickening every time a musician artist dies. I'm going to say Betty White is next.
All right. So now 3 to 4 now.
And here's another thing. Keith Richards snorted his dad's ashes.
Oh, shit.
So any man that's going to do some shit like that is going to live a while. And let's be honest, his blood's already purified. He gets his blood purified and shit like that. That guy is and that dude's a 10. And he was just in St. Louis, man. They said they sounded great.
He's going to be a one-man band for the fucking Rolling Stones.
Him and Mick Jagger. Yeah. They just lost their drummer, so he just gained another power source right there.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, Keith Richards all the way. Keith Richards is going to outlive me.
Yeah, because we call him Keith Richards is whatever. From when I looked at it, he was like 76. and Betty White's going to be like 100 January 17th. So, and I'm going to do a Betty White, episode where like Happy Birthday Betty, so
but
anybody wants to join.
Who doesn't love Betty White though? Like she is.
She's a dirty bird of it all. She's.
But no, she does say. She does have one of the greatest lines ever. She does have a solid line of like when she's talking about balls. She was like, "Why does everyone talk about growing balls? Grow some balls." He goes, "Those things are sensitive." She goes, "Everyone should grow a vagina. Those things can take a pounding."
Because you never figure, because I seen what was it? Password. Yeah, she was on there all the time because her husband was the guy that was on Password, and so. But then after he did his own thing afterwards, and he was on Password, and she would still do the episodes of Password, and then the other guy, Chuck or something, I forgot what it was. He would go and like, oh, blah blah blah, and then she'll have that look in her eye, like that she's gonna say something naughty, and he's like, oh shit, like, all right, we're not.
you can't do that. That's how my wife ended up on my podcast. I think after like the 4th episode of my podcast, my wife listened to it and she goes, listen, if you are going to do this, I'm going to have to be next to you until you get an audience to reel you in. Yeah. I'm like, why is that? She goes, because if you're going to go full board right off the fucking bat, she goes, you're going to piss off a lot of people. We have a nice house. I don't want people here to burn it down.
Yeah.
She goes, let's reel you in. And then she goes, I'll slowly let you go and be you. I'm like, thanks, wife. Anyway.
I know my girlfriend was saying the same thing. She's like, all right, just don't piss anybody off. I'm like, I don't piss anybody off. I'll make fun of people, but that's it.
I'm just here to talk shit. That's all I'm here. And just point out the hypocrisy in the world. That's all I'm trying to do.
I'm just trying to bring everybody together one squid at a time.
That's it.
I got 8 hands. Actually, I got 8 tentacles and 2 fucking arms. I can fucking get everybody all together at once.
Yeah. Just everyone just needs a big hug. Everyone just needs a big hug.
I know. That's why I'm gonna have to get that Tuscador guy that makes all the what the hell, the Hopsgeek News MASH. He always gets like that guy. We call it, that makes all the fucking pictures. Tuscador, I think his name is.
Tuscador.
Yeah. He does like he makes like all these like pictures and everything else, and if you get a certain amount of cash, whatever, and your shit, and then like a life size whatever you're gonna do, and he made stuff for like Hopsgeek News. We call it like,
oh no shit. Oh okay. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Because they have like a cartoon version of him of Matt and Mama or whatever.
Yeah, on the.
And then they're running from something, like that. But he's wearing the whole Dunkin' Donuts fucking suit as well as a cartoon. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn.
Oh, I know. Those guys are good. Yeah.
Yeah, we call it. I'm like, I've been trying to get sponsored by Nintendo of America, coffee.
Oh, shit.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drunk Fairy's like, hey, we're trying to get fucking Popeyes to sponsor us. You're going big. I'm like, Popeye's big.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait until I dabble my ass in that pool. I'm waiting until all that shit comes around. I'm having too much.
Yeah,
I'm having too much fun just talking like talking shit on things. I don't want someone to be like, oh wait, you're not gonna get your paycheck because you said X. I went,
yeah,
listen, I'm just here to have fun. That's all I keep telling anyone. I'm like, listen, I'm not here to offend. If I go over the line, let me know, and I'm like, and then let me clarify me. Like, that's what I keep saying. That's one of my sayings all the time. Like, hold on, man. I'm like, because my wife's like, what the fuck do you say? Like, whoop. Let me clarify me before you get pissed off and jump the gun. Then I'll explain it. I'll talk to her about it. And then she goes, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to do something with, doing all this like video shit. Yeah. And like I said, I was starting up with video, and then I'm like, oh, let me try to do some unboxing stuff, and then it was just wacky. Now I made my whole garage, like the whole end and back end, look like a horror film, which is fine. I love doing that shit. And
dude,
I
just walked in. I walked in the Hobby Lobby about Yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby on a Saturday. Don't make fun of me. I'm married.
Yeah.
I had a good reason to be there, but I walked in there with Hobby Lobby, my father-in-law, my wife, and they all have all the Halloween shit out. You should have seen my wife start dancing. I'm like, my father-in-law goes, "You bring your checkbook?" I'm like, "There's no money in the account. It's okay."
It's all
And
right.
he just started laughing at me. I'm like, I'm like, "Oh, geez." My wife and her, like, she was like, "We should do this," like, because I'm literally sitting. She goes, "We can do this in the studio. And we can put this there and this." There. I'm like, I'm pretty happy with the barbecue sign and the curtain behind me. I don't need stop. You need to just relax.
Oh, I had was it I always decorate whatever, for like outside, and I usually go out of control sometimes, but now I'm like, all right, I gotta like lean it down a little bit. I'm just gonna get whatever I got and that's it. I'm not gonna go and spend like 150 whatever.
She's been trying to get the 12-foot tall skeleton from Home Depot for 2 years running.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna get that, but then I know my girlfriend's like, no.
She goes, but it can stay up all year round. I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
Why? Why do we need it up for Christmas? Why do we need a 12-foot tall television for the Easter Bunny? Like,
Well, for Christmas, no less.
I don't think baby Jesus wants to see a 12-foot tall Jesus on Easter, or 12-foot tall skeleton on Easter.
We could put the eggs underneath.
You put the eggs underneath a 12-foot tall skeleton, it looks like it took a shit in my yard. That's what it's going to look like. You know what I mean?
Hey, golden
like, come on, man. Who shit in my yard? Oh, that me motherfucker, man.
I mean, you'd be outside your yard going, fuck you.
It's like, God, wipe your ass, something. Fuck.
Oh, shit. I'm just writing down these notes so that way I know what I'm doing for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, dude, do what you do. You, man. I'm here to.
It's like I'm like a psychiatrist. I think somebody was it the person that was in the I forgot her name, but not before coffee podcast, and she's in England and all that. So I was like, I'm writing down. She goes, "Wait, are you a psychiatrist?" I'm like, "No, I'm just writing down shit we call for like the description we call it. So when I do it,
I'll run away. Like I'll think of something, I'll think of things like I'll sit there and be like talking to people, and I'm like, I have to write this down. I have to write this down. I have to write this down, or I'm going to forget. I'll be the asshole who will end a conversation about halfway through, so I can run off to go write it down.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, "Why are you gonna write?" I'm like, "Because if I don't write this down, even if it's a fucking grocery list, I could be thinking about eggs."
Yeah.
The only time I can shut my brain off is when I sit behind this microphone and talk. Like every time you catch me out in public, I'm thinking about, like, I could be like talking to you and I'll be engaged in the conversation, but I could be thinking about my grocery list and I'll be like, I need to write this down. I need underwear from Walmart. If I don't write this down, I'll forget. Yeah. And I'll go home like, shit, I'm commando again.
It's like Deadpool and all that, they're like, you don't know what's in the back of your mind. Like, did I turn the stove off? Yeah.
It really is. Like, I have so many things going through my head at multiple times. I'm an adult. I should be on pills, Ritalin, something. Thank God for marijuana. That's all I can say.
Kind of pills, especially in COVID, everybody should be on pills already.
Actually, coming out of COVID, actually, right now, everyone should be on mushrooms right now.
Yeah.
Everyone right now is at a fucking 9. Everyone needs a mushroom. Everyone should be on shrooms right now, if you ask me.
Yeah. Oh man, and you're in St. Louis?
I am St. Louis, born, raised.
Because I know you guys like talk about like sports. I like sports. I'm not really a sports guy that knows every bits and pieces of football and all that. So I'm not gonna.
Oh, dude, I'm a sports junkie. When it comes to Cardinals, I
know.
I am an inside out diehard, and I'm a fanatic. Like, I'm a definition of a fanatic. The only difference is I don't have all the shit on I got a Cardinals blanket behind me. I got some shirts. That's about it. But if I'll dig into the dimes and numbers when it comes to Cardinals, and I'll go on rants, to the point where it makes people uncomfortable. And I'm like, I
heard a couple of episodes on yours. I was like, wow.
I'm like, I gotta stop. Like, I will withdraw from a conversation because I will make you feel uncomfortable when it comes to it. Blues, I love the Blues. I'm an idiot when it comes to the Blues. So when I watch it as a novice fan. And it's not because I'm just got into it because of the Stanley Cup. I've always been a Blues fan. I just never dug into the numbers and like I know the players. I know how to play it. I know how to do it and all that stuff and see it. I know how to talk to it to get my ass in trouble with people. But yeah, I'm a music. We love music. We love sports. I love everything that makes people happy, if that makes sense. I'm that person. Like, this is gonna sound weird because I'm a depressive person most of the time.
Yeah.
And by nature, I'm a fucking negative person. I hate that about me. And that's a person like that's a part of me that I change. I try to change every day. That I literally look in the positive. So anything that brings people joy and happiness, like I love it. Like if comic books is your thing, all right, man, let's talk about comic books. I love your. Let's talk about and I will dig into it enough to get my ass in trouble in the conversations, if that makes sense. And I'm like, and those are the things that I love, and I love doing it. And then I love talking shit on everything. But comic books, music, dude, I love it all. Like I love everything.
What about movies?
Movies.
Horror movies?
What's that?
Horror movies?
Okay, you and my fucking wife, man. Actually, everybody and my wife, everybody except for me. I'm not a horror movie guy. I'm the one person on this world that loves like dark, dirty shit, and I'm like, horror movies aren't my jam.
Yeah. It doesn't appeal to everybody. So
yeah, like I do, like there's someone I love the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
I love the House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. I love his remake of Halloween.
Yeah.
I love the original Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis. Like there's some horror movies I love and adore, but if you're gonna be like, well, you want to watch a horror movie or would you rather watch something that's gonna make you laugh? I'm like, let's watch something that's gonna make me laugh.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, so I mean, basically, you know, then instead of that, then you probably like the comic book movies or like comic whatever, you know.
Yeah, I love comic book movies. I love all movies. Like my favorite movie in the world is Major League. Like if I'm sick and I gotta get laid, like if I'm sick, here I am here. This is something that even my wife makes fun of me about. If I'm sick, and which is rare, but if I'm sick, like I rarely get sick. But if I get the flu or something like this, I love watching old movies like Casablanca, like the old movies, like stupid shit like that. And I don't know why. It's like one of those things, like one of these comfort things, I guess. Like Casablanca is a good movie. Just shit like that. I love doing movies. We do a whole bunch of movies in here. Like I'm a Star Wars nerd. Like everyone looks at me and I was like Star Wars, Marvel movies.
Yeah.
All that. Dude, I'll start talking. Like if you are a diehard Star Wars person, I'll be like my youngest boy is a diehard Star Wars. Yeah. And he'll come up to me like, do you know on this planet, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, New Hope? I don't think I knew that New Hope. And he was like, no, this was like in Rebels. I went, is that a cartoon? The only cartoon I watch is Archer.
Yeah.
And he goes, he'll look at me like, John, I hate you. I'm like, most 17-year-old kids hate their stepdad. Carter, I get it. I would hate me too. And he'd be like, no, he goes, you know shit. He goes, then I start talking. He goes, but you don't know enough to keep the conversation going for longer than 20 minutes. I'm like, sorry, buddy. That, you know.
Oh, no, that's good, man. Yeah.
But I'm like, at least I pay attention to you, buddy. I'm talking to you. I don't know what to do, man. I got nothing.
No, but it was like, I wasn't a fan of like horror movies because of like 8, 9 years old, whatever, because I was watching something like Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm like, holy shit, and I just couldn't fucking get it. Then all of a sudden I started watching, comic book movies. And I think like the best ones are, the only thing I don't like about comic book movies is like how they go and adapt all the characters. Like say X-Men. Yeah. So they'll come up, blah, blah, blah. First movie, awesome. Then they do a second movie. Next thing you know, it's like all these characters come in, and I'm like, okay, I read the fucking comic books. They don't come in around that time. I mean, I'm stingy like that, but yeah.
I'm right there with like with the X-Men movies. Like when they first came out, like I loved the first one. The second one was good.
Yeah,
I thought it was really, it was good. It was equal to the first one.
Yeah.
Then that third one just shit balls. God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
But it was I get it. Like with those movies, there were just so many characters they just threw at you at once. You're just like, stop. If you would have like stepped it up, that's why Marvel's Marvel. Like that's why the MCU is so powerful. Is they slow stepped these characters and they took these little ones that we kind of liked.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man, we like kind of liked Iron Man, but in the comic, he was a dick, he was a drunk, he was an asshole, and he's a womanizer in the comics. But then they kind of took him like, all right, we're gonna kind of peel that down a little bit,
yeah,
and slowly step him in, and they went and they knocked it out of the park, and they did it with a lot of them.
Now he's a playboy, he's rich, you know. He does
and he was like, so they talked about it, but they didn't show it with like in the comic books. I remember the comics, I think they went full board, didn't they?
Yeah, they just see like, oh, money. Yeah, we're gonna make money off of this. And then but then I'll be just watching him like, oh, really? Why are you introducing this shit? I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Yeah, but I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, because it is what it is, you know.
I will watch. If it's a comic book movie, probably I am going to watch it.
Yeah, even the 90% of series, like What If shows. Yeah,
I even watch that because I'm so invested now. Like with everybody with the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
we're 12 years into this now.
Yeah.
We're 20 something. We're all into. We're all in. Like, and they have. And Disney knows it. They can literally drop a shit turd in the box office and slap a Marvel sticker on it. They're gonna make $100 million off of it.
Yeah,
they really could, because we're all invested. All you gotta do is like, this was Multiverse Turd Island.
I was like, Turd. Oh, that's a good movie, Turd Island. Have a big huge skeleton just dropping turds.
That's it, man. There it is. I'll think of weird shit like that, like Turd Island, like that's not a place, and then like that, and then I just think it's, I don't know. I don't know if you ever listen to this. We have an episode called Chicken Slap. If you go back and listen to it, and the reason why we call it the Chicken Slap is because for the simple fact that I found this goofy ass fucking article about the 17 things that like I was in porn. Like I found weird shit like that. I don't know if you like. I like weird shit too. I like the things like. I like to drop a question. I like to drop a comment every once in a while. Like it's going to push the boundary to make you go, well, make you go, and then 20 minutes later, I want you to rethink about that comment. Be like, oh my God, that was the most sexist, racist, fucking piece of shit thing you could have ever said. And I can't believe you got away with it. And be like, I want to go talk to that guy again. Like that's the comment that I like to drop. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And just because it's fun, like when to do those. So it was a fun, and I like weird shit like that. So we found this chicken because, and one of the very last thing in the porn industry, I don't know if you watch porn.
Oh.
If you do, great. If you don't, whatever. If you want a minute, I fucking watch porn. Porn's great. Everyone loves it.
I'm still trying to get the hairs off my hands. So anyway.
Yeah, you know, we were all 13-year-old boys at once. You know, and who would have known that was something that we were going to do until the day we died. You know what I mean?
Or even the afterlife.
You know, probably in the afterlife, you know, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. The sound that you're hearing when a male is penetrating, the slapping sound. Yes, that's real while having sex, but they can't pick it up clearly on microphones at times.
Yeah.
Usually that's a dude in post-production taking two pieces of raw chicken and slapping them together, making that sound.
Or hitting your own thighs, you know.
Yeah. So that's usually the sound is two pieces of raw chicken breast getting slapped together.
Yeah.
Making that fucking slapping sound in porn. I fucking fell out. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world, the greatest nugget of knowledge ever to know. The next time you watch porn, that's not the sound that you think it is. It's some asshole trying to make the timing right with fucking chicken.
Chicken prices
looking like the fucking monkey, like the monkey, like the monkey with the symbols,
like monkey shines.
Yeah.
So
I was joking with my wife. I'm like, we should go into the local grocery store, the butcher store, and fuck with the butcher one day and be like, hey, can you slap those chickens together? and keep asking him to slap chickens together and be like, dude, what the fuck, man? I'm like, listen. I found out that the best pieces of chicken cooked are the ones that sound like my ball is slapping off my wife's ass. Just to see this guy's face. And my wife's like, I am never going fucking shopping with you. I'm getting away with you. I'm like, that would be the greatest skit ever. Like, wouldn't it be one of the greatest skits ever? It might like
You'd be walking up, you and your wife, you're walking up like there. I was like, excuse me, sorry. Then your wife be like, I'm over here.
Yep. And she hasn't gone shopping with me since that episode. Like since I fucking recorded. I don't know why. I just don't fucking get it, man.
I'm gonna have a cart for myself. I'll be in this cart if you need me.
She's like, I don't fucking know you. I'm not married to you. Why did I pick you? Terrible choices. That's what I tell her.
Oh, I'd be like, we walk around in the grocery store and I'll see something. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, your wedgie is a little bit too far in. And she goes, why would you say that? I'm like, it had to be said.
Because you look like a walrus flossing. That's why.
Like, oh my God. But then all of a sudden I'm like, like, what were we having for dinner? Chicken.
Yeah, it's just like that, man.
I don't even know what we're having for dinner, actually. That's why it got me thinking now. I'm like, we're going to have chicken.
That's how easily distracted you are. You're like, dinner? Oh, fuck, man. I didn't fucking plan out dinner. See, that's how my brain works, too. And my wife thinks I'm crazy.
I'm probably going to get takeout anyway. So it's like, probably Chinese food tonight. I don't know.
No, dude. Oh, I have no idea what we're going on. Yeah. But I like how your brain works just like mine. I think most podcast hosts, their brain works at fucking 18 different levels at once.
Oh, yeah. You have to. Yeah.
It's just...
You get the weirdest fucking guys, whatever. I mean, whoever it is. Because, and this is going to be weird for when I do at the end. I'm going to try to do 100 episodes, right? 100 episodes while the interviews are going. So the interviews, all the interview people that I've interviewed, I'm gonna try to bring them back doing one big ass fucking Zoom chat.
Okay, right on. Count me in. I'm in.
It's gonna be like a WWE battle royal,
Oh, geez.
But not like that. I mean, we're just gonna.
You're just gonna see who can out talk the longest.
Well, no, I think it's just gonna be a clusterfuck, and we're just gonna like put whatever out there, and I'll just because I'm hoping to get this game. And there's this game that I got. I hopefully it's gonna come soon. It's called the movie game. I don't know if are you familiar with the Valley Folk on YouTube?
No.
Well, these guys were on not a game show, but they were on another show called Smosh Games, and they are like three people, and this guy Joe Beretta. Hi Joe, how you doing? Anyway, so
hello Joe. What do you know?
Hey, what are you doing, Joe? Hey, Beretta. That's the coolest fucking name. Like after a gun, I'm like, hey, Joe Beretta. Anyway. So then he goes and has this thing where he has his friends on, right? So then he'll throw some kind of thing. He'll sit there and he'll talk to them. He goes, listen, we're going to do this thing called a movie game. You're like, all right, what the fuck is that? It's like basically I'll get two synapses of movies, and then I'll meld it into one fucking thing, and then say out to you, and you have to figure out what movie it is, but you have to combine the movies together.
So you got to figure out which two movies are being combined together, basically.
Well, basically you're combining the movies, but you got to figure out what movies the synapses talking about on one side, and the other synapses talking about
the other side.
And then you put the other two together. Most likely they do go together, And when I say together, I mean like the last few letters of said movie, the first one, has to like somewhat connect to the second movie.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. So the synapses would be like crazy. It's going to be a synapsis that you don't like, which is going to be crazy killer wearing a hockey mask goes on killing spree at a campsite, but the campsites had younger kids, but they're growing older within minutes. So there is two movies. So now you got Friday the 13th, which is that first one.
Yeah.
And then the second movie is with Anne Hathaway, and she was like a little kid, and she grew up to be 30 within a day. So 13 going on 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So now it's like Friday the 13th going on 30.
Okay.
So like that. I
get you.
Yeah, like that. But
gotcha.
Yeah. So then he does like a whole thing, and it's great. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this for like doing parties or some shit.
That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Especially when you have knowledge of movies and all that. It
Oh
works.
yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And he throws out like that whatever stuff. I mean, like anime or video games combined with uh, whatever comic book movies.
Okay.
Like he had one called he had one about Pac-Man and Ant-Man, and all of a sudden they're like, how are you supposed to put Pac-Man and Ant-Man together? And they're trying to figure this out, and all of a sudden it goes Pac-Man, Ant-Man, and all of a sudden the guy's like says to the other one, he goes, yeah, but you have to put it together better. And the guy just looked at him and goes, you fucking piece of shit. And he goes, Pac-Man, man. It's just like, it's fucking crazy. It's very, get your mind going, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's all I'm gonna try to do for that last one. Hopefully, I get the game before that point of view comes around, and maybe do a little raffle here and there. I don't know.
There you go, man. That'd be awesome. That sounds like fun, dude.
Yeah, and then because I got I think you're number 14 of the interviews.
Oh no,
so,
lucky number 14.
Yeah. I think 13. What was it? Yesterday was a nerd in Texas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's that? That's it. Thank you. We've talked. I can't. Dude, I'm terrible with names.
Oh, I know. So am I.
I am the absolute worst. I'm so terrible. I almost feel like I'm a terrible person at times because I forget names so easily. And it's not because I'm an asshole. It's just like, I don't know why. I don't know why I forget names. I forget my wife's name at times. She yells at me constantly.
What is your name? I don't know.
Who are you again? What's your name again?
Yeah, because
I sound like Rod Stewart at the end of Stay With Me. What's your name again?
What's your name again? and then also you got my favorite.
Michael Myers. It is everyone's. It seems like Halloween might be everyone's like the new Christmas. It's starting to get out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Like pumpkin spice season and Halloween might be the two, like the new Christmas. Like they're the new monsters that we can no longer control.
Oh yeah. No, I mean pumpkin spice. I don't even like pumpkin spice, but just like once you know the pumpkin spice, it's gonna be like Halloween or Thanksgiving, and that thing.
Listen, I'm gonna let everyone know I'm a basic bitch. I go on if you follow me on Twitter, we're doing the FFC right now, the fatty fall fatty challenge. So which is I need to lose about 7 more pounds. Yeah, about 7 more pounds for my goal.
Yeah, how is that going? How is that? Because I know I've been following you with that whole thing that you've been losing like weight and trying to,
So I promised myself. Man, it's kind of a deep dark hole, but I'll make it short in a long story. I'll make it short and simple. So when I started battling depression, when I turned 38, I started hitting. I don't know if it was a midlife crisis, but I went into depression. I made 2 promises to myself. I stepped on the scale, man. When I turned 38, I stepped on the scale. It's over 350 pounds. I went, fuck this. And I was miserable. I was depressed. I hated my life. Like I hated everything. And then fucking COVID happened. Like this all happened right around COVID starting.
Yeah.
So let's put on that plus fucking COVID for me. Almost ate my gun. Thank God my wife woke up and stopped me from doing that. That's a no bullshit lie. That sounds like a joke, but it's not. Kind of like all that. So I made 2 promises to myself. I was not going to work for some assholes anymore. If I was going to make money, it's going to be for me and me only. So fuck that. I was not going to work for some corporation that treats me as a 0 or a 1 on a piece of paper. And when I started, I was going to be 235 pounds by the time I hit 40.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be the exact same weight I got out when I got out of the Navy, which was been 16 years ago.
Yeah.
By the time this all happened. So I went, fuck this. I'm dropping 15 years. Let's see, when I get out, 2005. So 16 years, whatever that is. I'm like, I got to start dropping this weight. So I'm not going to go get life band surgery. I'm going to do this on my own. So I flipped the switch and I'm like, I'm going to slow step this till I'm 40. So I'm down. So I'm down 7 more pounds now.
Okay.
So we're doing this fall fatty challenge. I got to work out every day. I'm on a diet. I'm like on a strict, almost 0 carb diet. I did have bread today, but That'd be like my only bread that I had today. I did have a sandwich for lunch.
That's a little cheat day, somewhat.
I don't, dude. Not for this, man. I'm trying not to cheat on any days, dude. I'm going full bore for the month of October, man. The only thing I haven't stopped doing is, well, I am going to have a couple of beers on Monday, but that's for a different occasion that everyone will hear about probably on next episode of the podcast. And then you'll hear how I'll tell you offline how crazy my week is when we get done recording. You'll be like, oh my God. You'll be like, holy shit, dude. But I think this week this coming up episode, I think my wife is going to let me take out the reins and let me talk about it finally.
Okay. Nice.
So, dude, I'm going full bore. So I got 7 more pounds, and even with this, I'm like, fuck this. I got to get this challenge going too. So I'm working out every day. I got you got to do 4 classes. I don't care if you go take a Bible class, a workout class, a boxing class, I don't care, a yoga class, whatever. Just take 4 classes. I don't care if you take the free help me figure out my Apple iPhone class, to help you be better at your iPhone. Okay. Just make yourself better. Just something to better yourself and work out. So, dude, I've been doing 3.5 miles. I've been walking 3 to 4 miles every morning for the month of October, every day.
Right.
So far, it's my knees hurt. And if anybody knows, I have arthritis to the degree of fuck in my joints.
Yeah.
Like, the United States government pays for it because they damaged me. So like it hurts for me to walk, and everyone's like, I can't believe you're fucking doing this. I'm like, 6 days in. I'm 6 days in. Fuck.
Man.
It's going though, man. I love it. I love doing stupid shit like this because it's a humbling experience.
It's not really stupid. I mean, it's more like a health reasons. So you're not doing anything that's stupid wise. It's something. It's majorly crazy the way you're doing it. You know what I mean? It's crazy the way you're doing it because you're going in there and pretty much you're free falling the fucking shit out of it.
Yeah.
And you're doing it for you.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bullshit fucking thing. Yeah.
I always and it sounds everyone. It might sound shallow. It might sound like it's fucking made up or shallow, but shallow or whatever. This is how I believe it. With the depression that I've battled through, and anyway, that I kind of just start throwing out like humbling things. Like I think this depression humbled me, and I needed it. So I like to do the humbling things to make me even more humble. So doing this, everyone who knows me and knows I'm a lazy person. I'd rather drive somewhere than walk somewhere. My buddy lives 8 houses up. I'd get my truck and drive up there with a case of beer and then drive back home.
Yeah, drive home after doing a case of beer. Yeah,
but I don't drink. I don't drink like that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just everyone just kind of goes, everyone. But I like to do the humbling things. Like this is humbling. Like, can you do that? Like, who does this? Like, my knees are fucking sore. Oh, it hurts.
Try doing like not smoking like cold fucking turkey.
I did.
No, I know, but I mean, like me, I never have like, all right, like the story was that, and some people know this, and probably some people that just joined in on this whole thing probably doesn't even know it. And maybe you, I mean, obviously, probably don't know it. That when I was married, my wife had cancer, like a brain.
Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
So no, yeah, that's like about 14 years ago, I think it was now. Like 2005, she was diagnosed. But what the fucked up part was the doctor was saying, oh, well, she's got 6 months to live. And I'm like, and this is before we're going to get married.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we're like, fast forwarding from that, basically, everything was fine. So they kind of fucked up.
Oh, thank you.
And said, hey,
she okay now or
no, she died like 2013. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but the whole thing was that I was trying to better myself because she smoked and I was still smoking, so she didn't like the smell. We smoked for like years, and we were going to do the play system.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that she was going to do it for herself. She was not going to be able to quit herself. So if I quit with her, then it would be good. But she quit because she was in the hospital for like 2 to 3 weeks. And it was all good. But then I'm like, I smoke because I'm smoking for both of us.
Yeah.
because of the stress and all that. So, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, you know what? Let me go and try to quit cold turkey. I'm not going to do no patch and this and that. And I did. And to my my head of it, I kind of, did really good. I mean, obviously, and still now it's been like 13 years or something without.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
no, I did that.
That was like 5 years of not drinking. So,
Oh, that's even better. I never realized how much alcohol like ruined me. Like, so so when I found out that I weighed 350 pounds,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta quit smoking. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I was drinking an 18 pack of beer a day. I was doing 2 shots of Fireball a day. On the days that I wouldn't drink, it was an 18 pack of beer and 2 shots of Fireball a day. That was on the days I didn't drink. On the weekends, it was a 30 pack and let's party.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Been there, did all that.
And it was packs of cigarettes, and like I was like, I have to quit smoking. Like and this is how I was already January 1st was my day I was going to quit smoking and go on a diet. Anyways.
Yeah.
But about 3 months earlier, actually in October, hold on. It was actually October 10th of 2019. I got drunk as shit with my buddy at a bar, smoked all day, did day drinking all day, partied all day, just living this gluttonous lifestyle that was just punishing myself.
Yeah.
And I came home, passed out, and I passed out with my smoking hand underneath my nose. So for 8 hours that I was sleeping, I was inhaling nicotine resin under my nose. I woke up in the morning and wasn't hungover, sick. It was sick. It was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never been this sick. I don't know something's wrong with me. I'm thinking I have to go to the hospital wrong with me. Finally get calmed down, like nauseous, calm down, room spinning, like, oh my God. Finally get calmed down. I get up and I go walk, and my wife smokes. I go walking out into the kitchen, and she had the sliding glass door open. She was smoking.
Yeah.
And as soon as I smelled her cigarette, I lost it. Lost my cookies.
Yeah.
And was running down the hallway, like trying to catch it.
Yeah.
And man, and it took about 2 weeks before I could kiss my wife without. I'm like, you got to brush your teeth. I'm being serious. Like, I was sick. And they're like, you got like nicotine overdosed or some shit. And I was like, dude, and I never had. And then I think I had a cigarette on my birthday, which was like 4 weeks later. 5 weeks later, I had a cigarette on my birthday. And that was like the last, on my 39th birthday, I went, or 38th birthday, I went, done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Don't even look at a cigarette. Don't want a cigarette, and don't touch a cigarette. Never want them again. And then I threw my back out, and then that's when I was, all right, I need to drop weight. And I started smoking marijuana because it was the middle of a pandemic.
And it's legal now.
And it's legal now in Missouri. I got a little card that says I could have it. Yeah. And my wife and kids sat me down one day and went, hey, we love you. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I went, we love everything about you. We love that you work your ass off for us. We love everything we do. Yeah. They're like, and we get that you have to have a vice to calm your ass down because you are at a 9 all the fucking time. You're a high-strung motherfucker. You need to be calm. She was, we get it. But we like high John better than we like drunk John. So let's put this aside for a little bit and we'll give you more marijuana. And I went, okay.
Well, we got to get more food though.
I went, just make sure you hide the motherfucking Oreos and the Doritos. Cool Ranch. Keep those shit, or Old Vienna chips. There's a chip, and I'll send you this shit. Are you like hot shit? You like spicy?
I tried to do that a couple of times. Yeah.
Do you like spicy stuff?
I'll do it. I'll dabble. I mean, yeah, it depends on what time of the day is. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like potato chips that have like spice?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I got to send you these fucking chips. So here in St. Louis, there's a company called Old Vienna, They make this like St. Louis style barbecue chip, and it's like a hot chip.
Yeah.
Like it's a heavy sweet hot chip, like over like 6 potato chips in your mouth. You're like, I need water. You know, you do one of those things. But they're delicious. Like those are my jam.
I was going to try that coffin box fucking one chip challenge, you know.
That's the if somebody fails on the if me or young James or Donnie Boy fail on the October the fall fatty challenge, that's what we got to do on the podcast.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that.
Oh no, we upped it. So here's what we did. So if one of us, if Donnie, young Jamie, or myself fail the fall fatty challenge, for 4 podcasts straight, as soon as the opening introductions begin, we have to eat one of these chips and do the podcast.
Wait, and not drink anything, not do anything?
So you can have water or something there to help you try to talk. You can only have one thing. It's either you can have your glass of water, or you can have like we always have something to drink, but you can have one other thing. You can have one other thing to kind of, if you want to put Cool Whip in your fucking mouth, you want to have a tub of Cool Whip there to eat. You can have the tub of Cool, but anything else, that's it.
Oh shit, man.
I love spicy shit. I do, but ever since I turned like 35, my butthole don't like spicy shit no more. So I gotta be easy. Like old Vienna chips, see, those are my jam. Like red hot riplets are my jam. Like I can eat a bag in a hot second and not think about it.
Hey, I love the way that you describe it. You're like, I like it. I like it. You want to say it, but you're retracting it while you're saying it.
Liz, I can't, because I have to restrain myself. It's something literally I have learned over years. I have to restrain myself because I figured out that people don't like me for a reason, because I'm a 9 all the fucking time. I don't need to be that way all the time.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Because if you came up to if you were like, all right, man, let's do this, or you're like, we should do this, I'm like, all right, totally do that, but first we got to do this, then we can do this, we can do this, blah blah blah, and like, we're overthinking to stop. No one likes you because you overdo it. Don't do it.
Yeah. You know, I was like, you're saying you're high strung. Yeah, you're saying
you're restraining myself.
You're saying that you're high strung and all that. I'm high strung too, but Skittles is my mortal enemy right now. Because if I have Skittles, I'm like,
Dude, I have there's 2 things that are no longer, until November 1st, that are no longer allowed within 15 feet of my diameter.
Yeah.
I can't have chips, like red hot riplets, Doritos, Cool Ranch, or regular Doritos. I can't have those. I can't have double stuffed Oreos and peanut butter M&Ms.
That's
if you brought in a 5-pound bag of peanut butter M&Ms, and me and my oldest boy were sitting here, if it was a football Sunday, and me and him were sitting here in the man cave where we do the podcast. This is where the man cave, we do all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You put a 5-pound bag of fucking peanut butter M&Ms at noon, at 3:30, that bag would be gone. Me and him would eat that entire 5-pound bag of peanut butter and M&Ms and not think twice about it. Like just like that.
All right, let's talk about your show.
Good.
Yeah, we've gone through everything else but your show.
Oh, sorry. Nah, fuck, dude. I'll talk about anything. What do you want to talk about, man?
No. I mean, we could. So basically, your show pretty much is like mine. You just talk about everything. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. So I know that whatever's on your mind, you're gonna have it out.
Yeah, we literally try to just find the weirdness in life, like the little funny things that you kind of learn through the day. Like the weird ha-ha moments.
Oh, yeah.
I try to, we like to keep those, and then the hypocrisy in the world, because we're all fucking hypocrites. I'm a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. My wife's a hypocrite. The only person that wasn't a hypocrite, they crucified. So,
yeah.
Let's be honest. We're all fucking hypocrites here. And I like to point that out because it's fucking hilarious. It is.
So,
it really is.
So now it's you, And originally it was you and two other people, or is it?
So
Like...
it started off. So this is how this brainchild fucking started off. It was me, and I was going to start this off as just me, kind of like you spitting into the microphone. But I'm a pussy and I don't like hearing my voice. So my buddy, I kind of cracked a joke to my buddy Donnie, and my buddy Donnie goes, "Wait, you're gonna take?" He goes, "The conversations that you have, because everyone comes to my back porch. Everyone comes to my back porch in the summertime. That's where everyone comes. We throw washers, we drink beer, we fucking smoke. That's the pace. We got a pool, we watch movies. That's where everyone hangs out." He goes, "Are you gonna take the weird shit that you talk about here and do a podcast?" I'm like, maybe. He goes, "Fucker, I'm in. I'm done. I'm in."
Yeah.
So then he jumped in, and then my coattail, the motherfucker that's been riding my coattail since I was like 16, Josh, jumped in, and then he left. And my wife was like, "I need to reel you in." So that's how it became the four of us. And then Josh left, and then young Jamie kind of jumped in and took his spot. And that's how it's going to be from here until, God forbid, for as long as I can keep it.
So Josh is the one that got married recently and moved to a different state.
Donnie just got married recently and just moved to Texas. Josh is currently deployed in Germany.
Okay.
So he's part of the National Guard. He's our Army Reserves. Sorry, I don't want to I know the two get pissed off each other if you get confused. But he's in one of the two.
But hey, good job that he does, that he's supporting and he's defending, you know.
That's it. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I love busting their balls because I was in the Navy for 6 years, and and
thank you for your job too.
No problem. And I love busting the guys of the Army's balls. I'm like, man, fuck you guys. Go Navy. So and come to find out I married a Marine Corps brat. So Josh left, and then young Jamie is my speaking of my military career, probably my best friend, if not the best friend from the Navy.
Yeah.
That's his son. That he's his son. I've known that boy since he was like 3 years old, and he was like, "Uncle Biscuit, can I come on and hang out?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you can come on and hang out. You're just as weird as I am. Let's do this shit."
Yeah. There you go, man. Family all together, you know.
Yeah.
So like, get matching tattoos like you do, or what? You know,
what's that?
You're gonna get matching tattoos, like, you know, that's on the arm and all.
Oh, dude, me and my wife have like 4 or 5 matching tattoos, or 2 matching tattoos. We have our wedding rings, tattooed, and then we have, I don't know, this one.
Yeah.
Our little lost message in a bottle tattoo.
Yeah.
But I'm sure. But me and young James will end up with the tattoo together. I'm sure me, James, Donnie, and my wife will all end up with a Lost Losers tattoo. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the next time we're all 4 in the same room together, we'll have I'm gonna have there's a young lady who did this. Nice. So fuck. So I got the Stanley Cup, St. Louis Blues note, and the St. Louis skyline. Yeah. And the St. Louis flag tattooed on me. There's a young lady named Susie at Gateway Ink. I think is the name of the tattoo parlor right here next to my house.
Yeah.
Susie did it. I literally walked in and she was like, my wife talked to her on the phone and was like, "Hey, this asshole opened his mouth. He's getting this tattoo whether he likes it or not. How much would it cost? This is how big I want it. This is his arm." And gave her some dimensions, and she was like, and sent her a picture. My wife went, "How much?" And she put it up. My wife was like, "He'll have cash." And I didn't know I was getting that designed until I walked in that day, and didn't meet this young lady until that day. And she is my tattoo artist from now until she tells me to go the fuck away.
Yeah.
So I think next time the 4 of us are in a room, I'm trying to set something up with young Susie and see if we can either have her here in studio or try to set up something there, or set up something where we'll all get tattooed together.
Yeah,
so I think we're trying to do that.
Something. Yeah, you know.
So I need supporters for that. So if you go to Anchor and support the Lost Losers podcast, or if you want to go to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that would be great. So I can make more money doing this shit, so I can afford shit like that.
Oh, I know. That's what I needed. We call it buy me a coffee, buy me a tattoo, buy me something.
Something, just, be nice. Go buy a t-shirt. That's all I'm asking,
Yeah.
LostLosers.com. That's it.
Oh, we're going to get into that in a little bit, so don't worry about that. We can, we'll do all the, hey, I gotta get my shit going out too.
Hey, dude, I do shit like that. I do promote weird shit. I do shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going to happen now for Lost Losers podcast? Same shit, something new, something.
Dude, I think we're just gonna try to, we're literally slowly stepping up the game. We're stepping up our game. Like we're pretty. I know everyone's like, oh, you don't have the soundboard yet. We don't do music. You don't do. Fucker, coming. Relax. Pump the brakes. But I just like to get better at the craft. Just keep slowly stepping up my craft to getting better, finding better weird news articles, asking the more weird questions, making people. If I can make someone go, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, and laugh. And go, at least I'm thank you for like that 10 seconds of my day. I didn't have to worry about X.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's all I want. That's all I ever want. If I can, for 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 20 minutes or the hour and a half that we do the podcast, make you go, hey, I didn't have to worry about X in my life. Thank you. Done. That's all I want. That's all I want. And if I can do that, that's great. That's why I always try to keep shit light. I want to keep shit lighter. Like I want to talk about the weird shit. I like to talk about the heavy shit, but keep it light. I think, you should talk about, racism. I think you should talk about, gay rights. I think you should talk about this, but keep them light and make sure we're all friends afterwards. Don't need to be yelling at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, if we can make you stop thinking about those things for that hour and a half, even better, even fucking better, that way, let's talk about maybe a new sex position for your wife, or let's talk about this fucking asshole who burnt his house down because said demons lived in it.
Oh, speaking of that, I was watching that guy Zach Bragg, the Ghost Adventurers guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has like this thing on I forgot what streaming thing it was, but I think it was probably like Tubi or something. I don't know. But he did a thing where he bought his old house, and his old house is supposed to be haunted.
Yeah.
So he bought it, and now it made like news, and it's like, oh, that haunted house that's over in the corner of blah 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 blah. It's like it's bought by, you guessed it, this guy. And then everybody that went in there. And I don't know, I was telling my girlfriend this too. I'm like, because when you watch Ghost Hunters or whatever, and they're like, oh, we heard this and heard that. I don't know.
We got a ghost in our house. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
No bullshit. We have a ghost in our house. I swear. I will swear on my life right now, there is a ghost in this house. And no bullshit.
Yeah. No, hey, I know you're saying that, but
no bullshit. No
wonder you don't like horror movies.
Dude, I don't not like horror movies. They're just not my jam. Like everyone, oh, you like horror movies? And I do, but I don't. Like I like a few of them.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them. My wife's like, you don't like. My oldest son, Colton, Nurse Thor.
Yeah.
As we like to call him, because he literally looks like Thor and he's fucking a nurse. He's like, you don't like horror movies, you won't like this movie. I'm like, oh, what movie is it? He goes like, I'm watching Army of Darkness. I'm like, dude, that's not a horror movie. First of all, that's a funny fucking movie, and yes, that's one of my favorite movies. So eat a dick, like, or he'll say something like,
I'm supposed to be doing that movie with Wheel of Horror actually in a couple of weeks, I think.
Evil or Army of Darkness or the Evil Dead
series? Since they gave me a thing where like, which one you want to talk about, this and that, and I'm like, that one, and it's like, all right, cool, I'll let you know when you get on. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah,
nice.
So, but Army of Darkness is always it's a good flick to watch. Yeah,
it's one of those rainy day movies.
Yeah. Well, rainy day with a side of volcanic eruptions. Hey
man, Yellowstone can go at any time. Remember.
Yeah, anything can go at this time. I'm thinking, I'm like, holy shit, COVID. Now, what else is gonna fucking happen?
I cracked this joke to my buddy the other day. I was on a Zoom call with some friends and from across, and I'll crack that joke. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, my two buddies couldn't be on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't know how we're all friends still. One's diehard, the Trump tard, and the other one's a diehard liberal. And you're just like, these two fucking ding dongs got into a fucking yelling match with each other. I'm just like, bitches, I cannot wait for Yellowstone to go off. Like, I hope it erupts right fucking now. And they're like, what do you mean Yellowstone? I'm like, Yellowstone's like a super volcano that's like long over fucking due for an eruption, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, let's let that motherfucker go off right now. Half the country be gone, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, let's happen.
Hey, it's crazy though. So now we're at the point of telling everybody where they can find you at, and actually your merch that we're going to be doing as well. So
all my wonderful merch, you can find it at lostlosers.com. All of them. I do weird shit. Like if I crack a joke to my kid, I might end up putting on a t-shirt. Like there's a shirt on my website right now that has the Lost Loser symbol on it that says I'm a pull and pray baby. That's because I'm not good at being an adult.
No, of course.
Ever. And I'm not good at being a parent. I don't know. I never wanted to be so I was an asshole who was never going to get married. I was never going to have kids. So what did I do? I fell in love with a woman who had 3 kids, and I love every single one of them like they're my fucking own, and I would never change anything ever for that. And I talked to them. I've always talked to my kids like an adult because I've never been good at being an adult myself. So I always talk to kids like they're an adult.
You're doing the Gabriel Iglesias.
Yes.
And if anybody doesn't know about that, and I think you probably do know what I'm talking about with that.
Yeah, I keep it very real with my kids.
Yeah.
But
not even that. It's like, it's like, oh, I did the best thing. I want to get married, but I don't want to have kids. So what I did was I married a person and I just took over the payments.
Yep, that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah. So and then I'm gonna get a call from your wife now, like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, no, she'll agree with you.
Yeah.
My father-in-law will completely agree with you. No, and like so I was talking to my youngest kid and he was being the knucklehead. I went, I'm like, you should thank your mom that you're here. I'm like, why? She goes, what's that? I'm like, because if your dad should have pulled out that day.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were and your mom was on birth control. I'm like, so how are you here? I'm like, why am I having this argument with you? And he goes, what? I'm like, your birth control failed. I'm like, pull and pray failed us. And he went, I'm like, you're a pull and pray baby, buddy. And he was like, what the fuck does that? And he's 16. It's not like I'm talking to a 12-year-old or a 9-year-old. I'm talking to a 16-year-old here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fucking chastise me for being a bad parent. I already know I am. I literally looked at him like, dude, you're a pull and pray baby. And he was like, what the fuck? John, what is that? And it clicked in his head.
Yeah.
What I meant. And he goes,
oh.
I went, I got to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
And I started laughing. And me and him fell out laughing. We fell out laughing. And he wears the shirt to school proudly.
Yeah.
Wears it. Yep. It's me.
So we can find your shirts at your.com.
Yeah. Lostlosers.com. That's where you can find everything. You can find an episode of the podcast. I used to do a blog. It's terrible. I'm a bad writer. I used to ramble on about bullshit. I'm a bad talker too. I used to ramble on about bullshit.
Oh yeah, we all do.
But stuff like that. You can find everything on there. And I put weird shit on t-shirts every once in a while. So keep looking there for those. I do dumb shit like the Trash Panda guys. I was talking with those guys.
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah, they're in St. Louis too, right?
Yeah, we're both. There's 3 of us that are in St. Louis. So the Oblivion. Hold on. There's stickers on my back wall. Hold
on. Is mine over there? I know.
Yeah, yours is on my computer. Yours is on the back curtain. So I got curtains back here. I put all the stickers on. What is it? The Oblivion Bar? Sorry. Oblivion Bar. Those guys are in St. Louis. Trash Panda guys are in St. Louis.
And you.
And me. And then I know a couple other people that do podcasts are in St. Louis, but I think those are the only 2 that are 3 of us that are on this little. Yeah, we're all in St. Louis though.
Yeah.
But Trash Panda guys are the only ones that I've hung out with so far, and those guys are fucking nuts. No, they're good people, man. I have no complaints about them.
I was talking to those guys on Spaces.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker. We were just going like wrestling.
Those. So I love JT and Colin to death. Those guys are insane. But JT and Colin will be sitting there having a conversation with you about somebody like these two. It's literally two different people. If you ever get them on together,
yeah,
it's two people, same brain.
Oh yeah,
and it is to a fucking T. Like those two will be, you will be having, like, say me and you are talking right now, and I'm talking with JT and Colin, like me and you are right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they'll look at each other and go and like say you say something that will click a memory on like a Rick and Morty or a wrestling match or something bullshit or a Cops episode. And those two will run off on a conversation. You're just sitting there going, "Where did we go? Where did we just go?
Yeah.
I don't need to be here no more." Okay. Like I've gotten up and walked over and gotten like something out of the refrigerator and came back and sat down, and those guys were like still talking. I'm like, I love these fucking two ding dongs.
That's what I did too. I was on Spaces and I'm like, all right, let me go get my thing. And I was on like, you hear him going, blah, 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 blah. Dude, and I'm like, the fuck's going on here? And then all of a sudden I hear him go like, one guy was like, one guy was still talking. I forgot which one was talking. One was talking. The other guy was going, and he's like, he just looked like that. And he goes, "What's going on over there?" He goes, "Dude, I'm dying over here."
Oh, dude. Those two guys are dummies, and it is funny. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're all here. I mean, I need to call Colin. I got to talk to him about something. But him and my wife are going back and forth on Twitter the other day about something. I need to touch base to see if he wants to run with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to actually get a hold of these guys. We call it to like, get on as well. I'll probably have them on by Christmas, probably at the rate it's going right now.
Dude, I get it, man. I get it. So,
because I got like, I had like a whole bunch of fucking guys, and I couldn't believe. And I love doing this. I love, to people that's listening, I love doing this podcasting thing. I love doing the interview stuff now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never.
You got to come on the Join Hour, man. I do the Join Hour. So for my YouTube channel, I do the Join Hour where I just have other people come on and we just have conversations about whatever, whenever. Like I've had my buddy Tim, who I was in the Navy with. He's out in Hollywood trying to make it big as a comedic actor now. But he does stand-up comedy. The dude is fucking hilarious. The guy's crazy as shit. I have stories about him that I can't tell on air.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin his career. No, I don't have any stories about Tim. I'm just fucking with you, but he's such a really good dude, and I love doing them. I love having those conversations. I get it though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but it's like, and even the people that I've interviewed, which I never figured in my entire life that, they're like, hey, you mind if we come on the show? And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I had everybody from, what the fuck did I have? I had, well, like I said, there's like honorable mentions, like I had Chanel. And then there was nerd, for Nerds by Nerds, 2010 Minutes. It's like a who's who of fucking podcast.
Awesome. Of all the indie guys, huh?
Yeah, it's like, and then
awesome.
And then Campfire Classics, I sent like one of those intros, and they're like, hey, we got an intro. We never had an intro, but Dre sent us an intro, and then she was like, yeah, Dre's like, like he's an indie podcaster interviewing indie podcasters and promoting their shit.
That's awesome.
He goes,
that's cool.
And then I was talking to Beck Scoos, a potato lady. She's like the podcast reviews. And, really? Yeah, she gave me like a review of like, this guy, listen to him and he takes you on a trip, and it's like a awesome talk show host. Which I'm like, I'll fucking take it, man. I love it.
That's awesome. That's fucking cool as shit, man.
Yeah. And I was like, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, you would believe and read that. And she goes, holy shit. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Congrats. That's fucking cool as shit, man.
Yeah. And it's like, and then even people doing stuff on Podchasers and, Spy Hard and other people. It's just like Wine Dine Story Time. Yeah. If you ever heard them, we could. I told them every time, I'm like, listen, I I can listen, but I won't be able to watch your Instagram. Why? Because I'll get hungry.
Oh, I can't. I get not until November. I got to stay away from food until November 1st. Like my wife has been sending me even though my wife's part of this journey, even though she gets a timeout from the FFC challenge, she's been sending me TikToks of food. I'm like, you dirty woman, you. Stop sending me. You know I'm on a fucking diet. You know I got I'm 7 pounds, 235 right there. I'm almost one hand away.
You're just going like this, like what? All right.
Just you fucking. I think she does the shit on purpose just to fuck with me. You know, because she has to. Actually, I probably deserve it. All the fucking crazy shit that I do to her all the time.
Hey, you know, turn around is fair play, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I really fucking deserve all that, you know.
But so,
sorry,
like we said, we were saying about you know, that your podcast, you know, where you can find them, your merch, got everything else. You can find.
Yeah, go. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Continue your thing. You know,
oh, dude, like I said, you can find us on LostLosers.com, all the fucking podcast directories, everything. YouTube, we got it all. Well, I think most of it.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah. All right. And you can find me. We could just go to that Linktree / Tattoo Squid podcast because it has like everything in there where you can find me, Spotify, Buy Me a Coffee, TikTok, Instagram, you know, Facebook, which I don't know if I'm going to use again. But anyway, you know, thank you, John, for being on the show.
Dude, awesome. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You know, I was waiting for like, you know, dogs in the background to start barking.
No, I locked everyone in upstairs. I'm like, I'm going downstairs. You give me an hour and a half, and then you can come and fucking ruin my life again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. Love you guys.
It's like, you're gonna shit over my carpet. Oh no.
No, man, my dogs are great.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but I hear like all the time. It's like, what are you doing?
it's like, fuck. I got a Great Dane. I can't help it. Everyone has a Great Dane. They know what I'm talking about.
Top, yeah, you're like, oh fucking shit.
It's like everyone. If you have a Great Dane owner, if you're a Great Dane owner, you know what I'm talking about. They like to talk. They're assholes.
And they want to be in love.
That's it. That's all they want to be is loved. And they have to talk about it.
That was it for Lost Losers podcast. All you losers and sweeties, tune in. You can listen to this going on. It's going to be a couple weeks. And that's about it. You know. All right. Cue the band. Well, we don't have no band. Okay. Anyway, so I wish I had a band. You know, that would be great. You know, be like,
dude, I need to get Clutch on retainer. That's my favorite band, dude. Clutch is my jam. I love my dude. I need Clutch on retainer.
I would just like kill for a mariachi band right about now. You know, just like,
dude, that too, man. Bring my people back too. I bring my Hispanic heritage. I love my mariachi band.
Yeah, if Selma Hayek comes onto the show, I'm gonna get a mariachi pants on. You know,
you get Selma Hayek on your show. Bravo.
Yeah. Well, no. What I want to try to do. These are the celebrity ones I want to try to get on. Johnny Depp, Kate Beckinsale, Elvira. Yeah, and Selma Hayek. Yeah,
nice. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with some Cassandra Peterson. Just saying.
Yes, and she has a book of autobiography which I want to get, but I got to watch my money.
Remember what Tom Jones did to her? Just saying.
Yeah, she mentioned that too. You know, on the thing, it's like, hey, yeah, you're the one with all the scars. You know.
Just saying. That poor woman's been through things. Be gentle, young at night.
When she's been through some shit, man. We go when younger days. But hey, read the book. Go get it. It's not sponsored by Elvira, but I wish I was. Anyway, so go check out everything from Lost Losers, the Tattoo Squid podcast, Elvira's autobiography as well if you want. And smoke them if you got them, and try to lose weight like Big John over here is going to be doing 7 more
pounds, man. 235.
And then maybe we can have Trash Panda we call it.
You need those ding dongs on here.
Yeah, get like a Huck or Loogie or something. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I seen them on what was that thing? Twitch. Yeah. Oh my God. They're out of control, like you said.
Told you.
Anyway, so all right, we're gonna talk a little bit on after this. So take it easy, folks. Have a nice time. Happy what's today? Saturday. It's getting fucking dark. God damn it. Anyway, all right. So everybody, take it easy. I'm gonna talk to John a little bit.